So a few months ago, I decided to build my first SaaS application, and I decided to document that entire journey and process here on YouTube. And so thank you a ton to everybody who has tuned in throughout these past few months as I've been building Dinnerbee. And it's really exciting. I'm super proud to announce that it has officially launched as of a couple weeks ago. This is a huge milestone for me, setting out to finish a software, fully launch it out into the world, and then being here on the other side and being able to say that I did that is a really just good feeling, and it's giving me a lot of momentum going into the next phase of this, which is trying to acquire some users, because I did in fact neglect all of the marketing as I was building this. That's not to say that I don't have a plan for how I am attacking this though. I was pretty meticulously crafting this plan as I was building the application, but the actual bulk of the marketing is coming now after it is built and launched. So yes, spoilers, I don't have any users yet, but I want to go over in this video the steps that I am taking right now to acquire some users and what I'll be doing over the next few months to hopefully go from 0 users to getting my first user to getting my first 100 users. And at the end, I'll also share some exciting updates about the product itself and about some future endeavors and future products that I would like to build going forward. So let's hop right into the marketing and efforts that I have done over the last couple of weeks to try and kickstart Dinnerbee and start acquiring some users. So I will say that there are many facets to my marketing strategy, and it pretty much all revolves around social media in some way. And so the first strategy that I'll be talking about and that I've done some work on already is for YouTube influencers. And so essentially I am targeting small-ish channels, maybe somewhere around 10,000 to 20 to 30,000 subscribers who consistently get views on their videos. And I want these folks to be in categories and making videos that are related to my product in some kind of way. So Dinnerbee is an application for couples or roommates who are trying to meal plan throughout the week. And so in that regard, I am targeting channels who are either into cooking or just like relationship style content, anybody who's going to have an audience that could potentially resonate with Dinnerbee and get some value from it. Now, I'll be 100% honest, I have no idea how well the strategy is going to work or if it's not going to work at all. But that's what I'm out here to find out. I think really the spirit of this channel is about experimentation and finding out good ways to do things. So whether it's building software or marketing, all these things are skills that you have to learn, and I am willing to invest the time and money and any kind of energy resources that it takes to figure this out, and then I'm happy to share that with y'all. So in terms of what I've already done for this marketing avenue in particular, I have compiled a pretty large list of potential YouTube influencers that I would like to work with that meet a certain type of criteria and I think could be a good fit between their audience and my product. So in terms of how I got this list though, I could have done this manually. I could have just gone into YouTube and just gone through a bunch of searches and found channels and found related channels and done it that way. But I kind of took a shortcut here and I went to Fiverr and I found a gig for someone who did like manual research or data discovery, that kind of thing. And I paid them to go out and find like 100 different influencers that I could potentially reach out to talk about a partnership. And unfortunately, they only came back with 26 channels. And so I wasn't super happy with that. So I'm sure there are good gigs out there on Fiverr to do this type of work. Maybe I wasn't specific enough. No, that's not it. I was specific enough, but they just were not able to deliver what I was looking for. So in the future, there are definitely some tools out there as well, some software tools that help with this kind of discovery of channels on YouTube. So I would either look into that or just do the work myself, because I know that I'm going to be able to get the data that I'm looking for, because unfortunately this just didn't work out for me. That being said, between those 26 that they were able to provide for me and some manual research that I did on my own, I was able to compile a nice list of influencers that I will be reaching out to in the coming weeks to try and set up a partnership. Okay, moving on to the next marketing channel. This is TikTok. And so ideally this is all organic. Maybe we can throw some ads in there at some point if we find a video that does really well. But really what I'm focusing on here is organic TikTok content, and I'll probably repost these to other shorts platforms as well, like YouTube Shorts and Reels. But ideally, primarily, it is focusing on TikTok and trying to get viral videos essentially that are promoting my product, but not really promoting it. You know what I mean? And so what I've already done for this strategy is written down scripts for about 15 to 20 different TikToks that either I can produce or I can outsource to somebody else to produce. So again, going back to Fiverr, hopefully this works out better. I've worked with user-generated content, UGC creators on Fiverr before, and have had some really good results with like the videos that they've sent back to me. So this is another strategy that I'm probably going to employ. Essentially, I'll write out a bunch of scripts that I just don't want to film myself and have them do that for me. And I'll be able to use those videos and post them on the DinnerBee account. And again, what I'm looking for here is viral videos. I really do think that it is a numbers game. If you can kind of, tap into the language and how folks speak on TikTok, you definitely have a good chance at creating viral content. So I won't be trying to reinvent the wheel here. I'll be taking some concepts that work for other creators and other software companies as well, and trying to fit them into the DinnerBee mold. I definitely could have gotten started on this sooner, maybe while I was still developing DinnerBee. And I kind of wish that I had. There was this like looming TikTok ban in the back of my head, and I was like, maybe it's not worth it just in case it gets banned and then I'm not able to post all this content that I generated. But honestly, that's kind of just an excuse. I just didn't want to do it because I'm not really a huge fan of making marketing content. Like I like making content and videos here on YouTube, but it's kind of a different beast when you're making content that is like specifically selling something. And obviously you're making it entertaining and not just like a sales video, because those won't do well on TikTok at all. But I think it is a hurdle that I'll have to get over, or just be able to outsource everything besides the script writing aspect of it. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing over the next couple of weeks. I've already researched some creators that I could potentially work with over on Fiverr, and I have a handful of videos that I'm comfortable making myself. So my goal here is to get like 20 to 30 videos that I'm able to post on TikTok, Reels, Shorts, and every video is kind of like the lottery. You might get a couple hundred views, or you could get hundreds of thousands of views. So I'm just kind of hoping that I can figure out some kind of strategy for what works. And that is really my main goal here. Now, the last aspect of my marketing strategy is more of an evergreen strategy, and it's kind of just happening in the background even as you're watching this video. So this is kind of a two-step process here. The first is part of the onboarding flow is creating an account. And with an account, you have to sign up with an email address. And so I'm essentially collecting email addresses of folks who have some kind of interest in DinnerBee, but have not gone through and purchased it. I intentionally set up the account creation before the purchasing piece of DinnerBee just so I could do this, and I could collect emails and potentially remarket to folks who decided to make an account but didn't decide to buy it on the first try. It definitely takes folks a good amount of time seeing your brand and getting comfortable with it and the service that you're offering before pulling the trigger, and I think that's just part of doing business and marketing. So making sure that I have as many touch points with potential customers, especially ones that were engaged enough to make an account in the first place, I want to make sure that I'm capturing them and following up with them to potentially close that sale at some point. And furthermore, I have a Facebook pixel that is on my website as well. And so this is tracking folks at different stages of the account creation and onboarding process. So I have pixels on the landing page, I have pixels on the account creation page, on the pricing page, which you get redirected to after you make an account, and also if you click a button that initiates the checkout session, I'm tracking those events as well. And so what you're able to do with this is create retargeting ads. So essentially, anybody who has triggered one of those events that I just mentioned is eligible to receive a retargeting ad, either on Facebook or Instagram. And I will likely wait until I have a good amount more traffic coming to the website before I start running these retargeting ads. And ideally, I'll be able to use like a really successful video on TikTok as the ad. But like I said, this is more of an evergreen strategy, making sure that I am not losing touch with potential customers as time goes on. Because like I said before, it takes a lot of exposure to your brand before someone is willing to make a purchase. And I want to make sure that everybody who comes to my website, who really is a potential customer, I'm not losing touch with them in the future. Alrighty, so that really is all I'm doing for marketing. I say all I'm doing, but honestly, that's a decent amount. And I think it is a really solid strategy to start with. And I can kind of pick and choose the pieces that are working for me and really dive deeper into them as I, see success with those avenues. But in terms of additional features that I'm looking to add to DinnerBee, that is also something that I'll be doing in addition to the marketing that I was just talking about. So there's two main features that I want to add. First is a way for users to import recipes directly from a website or from a short form video like TikTok or Instagram. I think those will be like really quick wins that I can do, kind of just using AI to parse things from video descriptions or from websites, because it is good to have the manual recipe creation flow in Dinnerbee, but having an automatic one just importing from a website or from a video would be really, really beneficial for myself, and I know for users as well. And it's also a really good selling point that I can use in the TikTok videos that I'm creating. Kind of want to have that wow factor feature that I'm able to, show off in these videos. So that will be a great candidate for that. Also, there is this community recipe feature that I've been toying around with, essentially allowing users to market their recipes as public, and then anybody who has a Dinnerbee account would be able to see these community recipes. So that one is probably farther down the line, but definitely one that I'm still toying with. And once those are done, I'm looking to repeat this entire process all over again. So I'm trying to build more SaaS. If you watch my 2025 goals video, I'm trying to build 2 more fully fledged SaaS here in 2025. And I really think that this is a repeatable process. I want to build something, get some users, get some cash flow coming in, and then just repeat that process over and over again until I have multiple successful SaaS businesses. It might seem like a far-fetched goal, but it is something that I really want to work towards, and I think I've set a great foundation for myself, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else I can create throughout the rest of the year. So that's all I got for y'all in this video. Thanks a ton for watching all the way through. I'm really excited to share all of these marketing updates with y'all in the future, and to tell y'all when I get my first paying customer, when I get my first 100 paying customers, and I'll just keep y'all updated throughout the entire process. So like I said, thanks again for watching all the way through. I really do appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one.